Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So AMD has recently made an interesting announcement where they've mentioned that UEFI-only support for AMD Radeon RX 9000 series graphics and later is now required. And this is according to this post by AMD, which I'll leave linked down below in the description if you are running an AMD-based system and would like to get some more information. Now, if you don't know what UEFI is, basically it stands for Unified Extensible Firmware Interface and can be thought of as a little tiny operating system that resides on your PC's motherboard. And it's, at the end of the day, called firmware. And the firmware provides critical functions to your PC. So those are things like initializing and booting the processor, detecting and training your memory, and so on. There's a lot more, but that's just a couple of examples. And at the end of the day, it helps Windows communicate with your PC components. And UEFI replaces an older and simpler standard, which was called BIOS, though a lot of people still refer to a motherboard's UEFI firmware as the BIOS, as you may well know. Now, basically, what is the difference between UEFI and the BIOS? So if we head to that article, we can see that the difference is UEFI has greatly improved security, fully specified interface that ensures interoperability and testability, dependable firmware updates from the internet with minimal user interaction, support for hard drives larger than 2.2 terabytes, support for many new types of PC hardware, including NVMe SSD boot support, Windows Secure Boot for malware prevention, faster shutdown, startup, sleep, and resume times. So that's just how are the two different, if in case you're unaware. Now, here we can see that AMD says to fully leverage the benefits of UEFI, only UEFI mode will be officially supported starting from the AMD RDNA 4th generation of graphics cards, also known as the Radeon RX 9000 series graphics and later. So just take note of that. So basically, this is a very similar requirement to what Windows 11 has, where it also makes the secure boot mandatory, which is also UEFI, which Microsoft says enhances the OS security, which obviously has been met with quite a lot of debate in certain circles. Now, the reason that AMD has gone in this direction, according to this post, they say that modern hardware, like the AMD Radeon graphics, may lose access to important and necessary features of your motherboard, such as AMD Smart Access Memory technology. So that's the reason why they are making this a requirement. And they say it is important for your PC to be configured for UEFI mode to ensure optimal compatibility, performance, and user experience with your AMD Radeon RX 9000 series and newer graphics cards. So that's the gist of what they're trying to communicate in that post. Now, if you want to enable UEFI mode, as mentioned, this post will be linked down below in the description. Yeah, they give you all the steps, and obviously you would need a bit of technical know-how how to do this, but they give you all the steps on how to go about that. So this post will be linked. But at the end of the day, once again, I'm going to ask the question here. Basically, this means that unsupported devices running Windows 11 without UEFI Secure Boot will not work at their best with a Radeon 9000 series graphics card. So just like Dell and Microsoft, it seems now that AMD wants you to go out and buy a new PC. So at the end of the day, to me, it seems like there's once again going to be more e-waste. So a lot of these companies are jumping on the UEFI Secure Boot bandwagon and obviously pushing security as a feature. But AMD are saying now that if you don't, you could lose access to important and necessary features of your motherboard. So just putting it out there. Obviously, I think this could be met with a bit of debate and a lot of questions could be floating around. But if you want more info, the article's linked down below. And just wanted to put it out there if you are using a AMD based system. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.